Living Mashiach from Rabbi Ben Yomenson. And on the top left side, there's a picture of the Rebbe clapping his hands. And it says Mashiach and the 10 lands. God promised Abraham that the Jewish people will have the lands of 10 nations. 7 have been given to us already, and the remaining 3 will be given in the true and complete redemption. 7 represents the 7 emotional attributes, which are the main thing we work on before the redemption. The 3 intellectual attributes are used to help refine the emotions. This is what we're talking about last Sunday. But in the redemption, when we will serve God perfectly, we will also work with the intellect on its own. This is from the talk of the Rebbe, King Mashiach Shlita, from Chukas 5751. That was a year. That was Devar Malchus. The whole reason we're supposed to have this year is to really talk more about this. There are 2 parts of serving God. 1, working to refine the body and the physical world. 2, revealing the soul and doing Torah mitzvahs, which transcend the world. Even a small child understands that he has a body, which is limited and needs a certain amount of food and drink to stay alive, and a soul, which he doesn't see but feels and understands that there is a spiritual power higher than the body that enlivens him, and which is unlimited. Even in the soul itself, there are different levels. In general, the inner part of the soul and the outer part of the soul. As also, a child understands that there are things that are important to him in the inner part of his soul, which he chases very strongly after, and things that he only cares about with the outer part of his soul. So he doesn't chase after them and can even forget about them sometimes. Also in the Torah, there is the revealed part of the Torah and the inner part of the Torah. And within the inner part of the Torah itself, the soul of the Torah and the soul of the Torah. And in the mitzvahs, there is the body of the mitzvah, the actual fulfillment, and the soul of the mitzvah, the intention in doing it beyond the letter of the law, like being a chassid. He should make sure to combine both, learn both the revealed and hidden parts of the Torah. Everyone should learn something extra that combines the revealed part of the Torah with chassidus. The simple meaning and the deeper explanation according to chassidus. Actually do mitzvos, and also have the intentions do them extra beautifully, behitter. This especially includes the mitzvah of tzedakah. Even though it counts as a mitzvah regardless of the intention, the best way to do it is with a pleasant face. Similarly, regarding tzedakah, in speech, giving good advice and saying good things about another. And tzedakah in thought, thinking good thoughts about another. Influence others to do so as well. Love your fellow as yourself. They should also do the above in all of the details, and make fitting preparations to hold for bringings Hasidic, which are Hasidic gatherings in honor of the holiday of redemption, of the freedom of the Rebbe Yosef Yitzchak, the Frierdiker Rebbe, 12th and 13th of Tammuz. See talk of the Rebbe in Chukas 5751. Guidance, supervising students at mealtimes. What you write, this is probably something from Igor's Kodesh. What you write that the teachers will supervise the students at the time of the eating. It is correct and also extremely necessary, since several Jewish customs and also laws have to do with conduct while eating. In addition to the laws of polite behavior, that's Derech Eretz. I'm still waiting for that book to come in. Yeah. Although I have the digital book. Practical Judaism. Tzedakah makes God's blessing go to the right place. When God nourishes the world, it comes from a very high level where everything is equal. But then unholy things, which are like extras, likened to hairs. It's funny. It looks like there's a hair on the screen right here. A small little hair.
It does it? Oh yeah, it does.
The thing he sent me.
When
God nurses the world, it comes from a very high level where everything is equal, but then unholy things, which are like extras, likened to hairs and nails, can also get nourishment. When we give tzedakah, choosing to help keep people alive over extra luxuries, we arouse God to also choose to nourish the side of holiness and not the extra unholy side. This is in Torah Beshalach. And I guess I'll say this and I'll add my mom's name to this list. What does Louis Nishamas mean? This is for people that passed away. Oh yeah, there's that, and then there's the Refuah Shlema. My mom's the Refuah Shlema. Louis Nishamas. These people, their Neshama should have an Aliyah. Rachel Bas Sarah, Yehuda Bas Rachel, Reuben ben Esther, Rachel Bas Miriam, Shlomo ben Rachel, Yitzchak ben Rachel, Eliyahu ben Frida, Refuah Shlema. This is for Shlema, for Sarah Chaya Bas Sarah, and my mom. I'm learning more Torah and davening more for her honor. Her name is Miriam Bas Neshi. No, she adopted me, but she's my mom, so she's. I want her to have a refuah shlema. She fell down and is in rehab right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Moshe Besser, the full refuah shlema.
So that's the thing. I get it once in a while from Rabbi Ben Yomenson. Oh, I got to show you this. What I got. It would be cool if I had the money for the rest of it.
What is it?
Where is it? Yeah, that one guy. What's his name? Rabbi Raw, who does Chaim Peel share every week.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Rabbi Ben Yomenson. He likes. Well, my style is that it's more interactive. I'm trying to get more people to get involved or whatever. Not just me speak. I like that, but if no one's gonna read, I'm gonna keep doing it. So just to get the flow going. But if I could get this whole set, that would be amazing. I have this one for Devarim that's coming up, and I need the other 4. That's what this week is. This day is supposed to be designated for this, basically.
Yeah.
But it costs like $200 though, and I only have one. I have one of them, so I don't know. Maybe if he does a 4 volume set. He also said that he could give me a discount.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But I've spent a fortune on Sforum so far. I for all my classes, I have I got this. This is the Matsuda Chumash. I got all of them. Have you seen the new lessons in Tanya they have?
No, but I prefer the lessons in Tanya. I prefer the other one, the Chaim Miller one. I think he updated.
That's Chumash.
No, Chaim Miller has Tanya too. It's new. It came out a couple of years ago. It's amazing. It's called not Lessons in Tanya. It's called. Where do I have it? I actually have the audio version of both. Hold on, because I can listen to them in the car. I usually have much.
I never saw that advertised anywhere about a Chaim Miller one of Tanya.
Yeah, Rabbi Chaim Miller. It's called Practical Tanya. You never heard of it?
Oh, that's him? Does it have the entire Tanya in it, or is it just explaining Tanya?
No, it's the Tanya. It's his translation. It's a competitor to Lessons in Tanya. I just find it better. It's the same thing. It's just the Tanya. They read the Hebrew and then they translate. But it goes into the descriptions, I feel like, give you more insight. That's my personal feeling.
I really wish I could do Tanya alongside you one of these days and we can compare both Tanyas, and then we have all the commentary.
Let's do it for sure. Let's make a meeting one day to do that. You and me. We'll do it online. We can do that online. I can pull it right up on. We can because Lessons in Tanya is right on Chabad.org. And
no,
then
I have.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I get? I will go take pictures because they have the Chabad house because I only have the one online. We'll do we'll say let's do chapter 1. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll compare them.
Well, I kind of like the chapter we're about to get into. We're about to do Igros HaTshuva.
Oh, okay. So why don't we do that? Okay, send it to me the exact. Just send me the exact. Text to me, and then I'm going to find it in Practical Tanya and take those pages, and then you'll take the pages of that, and then when we go into our class, we can or you can send them to me and I'll make side by sides.
When would be a good time for you to ever do lessons in Tanya with me? Because there's Chaim shears, there's my shears.
I don't know. Maybe we can because you remember, like, what I'm gonna know in a couple of days. My schedule is gonna start to get set on certain days for the tennis, so I'll be able to. And so usually, like around, I would say by like 3 o'clock, we could do like 3 to 4, which would be you're 2 hours behind, right?
So one
Like
to two.
1 to 2 your time. Do you see what I'm saying? Then that would work for you, right?
I think if I did this with you, it'd be more interesting, and I could get more people to follow us on Zoom.
Yeah, so why don't we do a couple ourselves and then we can go through it and then we can see which one we like the best. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Let's really look at it and see.
so this is going to be on the 11th of Tammuz. That's when the day. I like to do the Tanya for the day, and it's starting the 11th of Tammuz. So when is that going to be exactly? How many days is that going? What day is that going to be?
Here, let me see. So what's 8th? So that's going to be probably Sunday. Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
I do have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday though.
Okay, so we right now are July 7th, which is the 8th. So the 11th is going to be starting on Sunday night. Wait, no. The 11th starts on Moti Shabbos. Sorry.
So
okay, so it's the 10th. It's Sunday. Sunday is the 11th, so it starts Saturday night.
So the thing is Tuesday, although it's good
Why don't
to
we do Sunday? Oh, why don't we do Sunday?
Sunday is great.
I think we should do Sunday. I just need to find out my schedule, but as long as you're flexible, we can find a time. Because what I'll do is I won't know my schedule sometimes on Sunday until sometimes Saturday night. But the thing is, once I know it, we have flexibility. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's the only block
that's
I
gonna be
can't.
awesome. We're gonna have like the best. We can have the best Tanya share because you're gonna have the lessons in Tanya, the new one. You know what I like about the new one? While you might complain or whatever, it has the commentary of the Rebbe on every chapter. I think that's amazing.
I think you need that.
So, but what happens though is you don't have commentary right away. You have the regular lessons in Tanya commentary, but then when the chapter's over, the Rebbe has a synopsis in every chapter.
Yeah, that's great.
So I think if I did this and I put it with your Chaim Miller stuff, it would be amazing. And I'm also doing something similar with Chumash. I have this Matsuda Chumash, and the reason I have the Matsuda Chumash is because I want the exact translation of Rashi. Now I have a problem. There's no commentary of Rebbe with it, and I couldn't afford the Gutnick Chumash, so I bought the Kahos Chumash. Once again, the Kahos Chumash, it has commentary of the Rebbe on every day of Chitas.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have this with the Kahos Chumash. If I had someone join me with the Gutnick Chumash, that would be amazing. Like if you're not like trying to be worried about time and actually learn Chumash, that's how you learn Chumash. That's how you learn Chumash. You have all the commentary that you can think of, and you plug it in together for the day of Chumash.
That's a much better way of learning it. You're right. And that's actually the way that the Rebbe's father taught him. You know, the Rebbe's father taught him his learning style, which was, right? It's so fascinating to me, which was when you're studying Chumash, for that specific portion, to learn, for that specific, whatever, even for that specific line, okay, to learn every single commentary in everything, the Gemara, in Onkelos, all of them, that relates to that specific place. So you have it all in front of you. Do you see what I'm saying?
But I'm doing this in what I can handle, because you know these are big Talmidei Chachamim that can learn all the commentary of Hebrew, and I just don't have access to that. So
no, but when you
today
do,
we have the Gutnick, and we have all these commentaries that they're starting to make out now, the Sichel in English and stuff.
Yeah, because they're doing pulling what they're really doing is they're pulling the Rebbe's notes on all these things, which had all those other sources. So it's like amazing. They're putting it all together because that's why he was so, his father taught him from such a young age like that. When he went to his private tutor, he already had that mindset. So whenever he encountered something, it was like, okay, I have to. So when you do a Torah portion, now you have to know all of the sources that connect to that, every possible source that connects to that specific portion, you need to study. And by doing that, then you understand each portion. You understand all the aspects of it through all of the different commentaries and all the great scholars, Jewish scholars. You know,
What I'm
it's
wondering about is Parshas Chukas. The entire Olam, the entire world is focusing on the Paraduma.
yeah,
But what happened later again? Miriam passed away, and
yeah,
the Jews were crying about the water. The complaint. Moshe hit the rock. You can learn not to complain because the complaining was a chilo Hashem. B, you learn from Moshe. Rashi says something crazy amazing about the rock that had Moshe sanctified God's name and spoke to the right rock, and the rock would have brought out water. It would have been like, see, this rock that doesn't have a conscience can do what it says without complaining. Like,
yeah.
I think a big chiddush was the don't complain. My rabbi brought up something very important, that all the problems with all of Klal Yisrael was because all the times we complained in the desert. We complained about meat, and then there was a plague. We complained about the water. We complained about the
Don't
manna.
complain.
We complained about Israel. Every complaint led worse and worse and worse. I think we had more problems with complaining than idol worship and and adultery and all that stuff. We had more problems with complaining than anything else.
What's funny is that you really see that a yid is a yid. Like, can't you see it? Like, it's the same people that were back there in the desert that are here today. It's the same personality. Like, this is part of Jewish culture. You know, you have to complain. You have to say, why couldn't this be better? It's a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing, and sometimes it's a good thing. You know, when the Jews were like, wait, what are you talking about? You can't have a country where black people don't have rights. It was the Jews who led all that. They were the ones who were marching hand in hand. They were the white people. They were like all the yids out there with them. So this is just.
Sometimes I feel like Korach, though, like, oh, we're not supposed to
Sure.
complain, but why is Moshe complaining about us?
You got to be pretty righteous to be able to get away with that. That's where he was. That's where he was going. I actually think that we messed up.
I'm with the rabbi that thinks he's Moshe Rabbeinu, so that's why I say that.
I actually think we messed up in the way we conquered the land, and that's why Moshe Rabbeinu had nothing to do with it, because we weren't supposed to just conquer the land. We were supposed to conquer them. Not we were supposed to. Most of the land was made up of Esav, descendants of Esav. We were supposed to conquer them, not just kill them and everything. We're supposed to conquer them. We need to take them by the neck, as a club by the neck, and lift them out of this nonsense. That's our job, you know. And so it's really fascinating to me.
It's
like
really hard to do that when the Torah of Chassidus wasn't revealed to them.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now's the time. It's possible. It wasn't possible before. It's not until now. Like, all this stuff had to happen. America had to happen. You know, with this crazy land where, like, okay, there was some natives here that are still here and stuff and everything, and like it's all confusing. But at the end of the day, like, it's a land that people from every other country in the world came to, like more than any other place. We have people from, like, New York City is so special. Like, you think Hong Kong or Paris, London also is like that. But other than London and New York, like, there's no cities you can go to where you can get authentic food from every culture and nationality in the world, like authentic. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, I went to Hong Kong and I was like, I want Ethiopian food because I loved Ethiopian, right? They didn't have Ethiopian in Hong Kong. You just couldn't find an Ethiopian restaurant. You could find like French and Italian and all that.
You can get authentic tea in London.
Yeah, of course. Well, London, if I want Ethiopian, trust me, I could find it in numerous places. So London's another one of those places that's just totally a multicultural center, you know, that has every nationality. I mean, Europe has more cities because they've been doing it, but London really is the only one, you know, that maybe Paris is something, but no, but still, New York allows for the most authentic behavior of the individual.
Menachem, I like to make my Zoom thing so people can join us, because I think it's good if they can join us regardless. If we're going to do this Sunday shoot for 11. I mean, I do have my
Okay.
Havas Yisrael shir that night also. I always
It's
do
like
that
I
for
said,
K-pop too.
I, I'm gonna have to tell you on Saturday night for sure because usually I don't don't schedule my time for the next day. But maybe I'll try and get it on Friday. If I can do it on Friday, I'll let you know on Friday.
Because I want to make a Zoom invitation, you know?
Yeah, okay, then you can do it. But I hopefully on Friday, then you can put it on Friday, and then people will have a couple days. Well, the Shabbos nobody will see it, but after Shabbos,